It has a toothpick for a kickstand. How adorable is that? Hey guys, welcome back to e-bike reviews and adventures. And if you're new here, my name is Amanda, and I want you guys to say hello to my little friend. This is the HiBoy C1, and I am going to be doing a full review on it today. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm going to do a quick walkabout, not quite what you do in Australia, but going around the bike so you guys get a 360 view of what it looks like. Yeah, it's a sharp looking little bike. So here I've got 14-inch tires, and they're made of rubber, so that's a good sturdy material. We've got hydraulic brakes and the tiniest little brakes to go on these tiny tires. We've got a headlight up here. We've got suspension forks that do not adjust, but you probably don't need these adjusted anyways because it's a smaller bike. Up here on the stem, it is locked in place, but if I do unlock it, it does fold so that you can take it anywhere. And making my way downtown, just kidding. Going up the stem, you can see that we've got one brake here and one brake there, so it's got dual brakes. Right here, it's got this cute little bell. I absolutely love these little bells. And of course, you got the rubber handle grips. And then on the right side here, for those of you that like the twisty throttle like me, it has a twisty throttle. Making my way downtown. All right, so down here, we've got our little pedals. And over here we have our seat, which isn't the most comfortable, but it is doable. This is probably one of the shortest I have ever seen. So it just adds to the charm of how small this bike is. And then we have another 14-inch tire with this hydraulic brake. Beautiful. And you have plastic fenders. They're not perfect, but they do get the job done. That's all that matters. And over here I have the display screen and this big old button that you can use to turn on and off. You can see how fast you are going. You can see what battery percentage you have, as well as you see the little Bluetooth symbol. You can connect your phone to this bike. You have to download the app, and it has a couple of features. One of those features is you can control the speed of the bike. It has 3 different levels of speed. You go slow, medium, and fast. Otherwise, when I am riding this bike, it gets up to about 10, maybe 12 miles per hour with just pedaling. Otherwise, if I use the throttle, it does go up to its top speed of 20 miles per hour. Another cool feature about the app is it does lock and unlock with your phone, so someone can't just take off with your HiBoy C1. You can also push the button a second time after it's turned on, and it turns on your headlight. Alright guys, so the motor on this thing is 350 watts, and the battery is 36 volts and 7.8 amp per hour. So on a single charge, according to HiBoy's website, this thing could go about 43 miles, supposedly. Now we know that's not always true with these e-bikes. Sometimes they go a shorter distance, and that's okay. But for this little bike, that's not bad. Now, because this bike is small and portable, you probably need to know that it does weigh 50 pounds. Now, I have no upper body strength, but I can pick this thing up without any problems. And this bike has a weight limit of 230 pounds. Now, overall, this is a great little bike for a small adult or even a teenager. Now, the recommended age for riding an e-bike is 16 and up, because you want to know the rules of the road before you even take one of these bad boys out, because you could potentially hurt yourself or you could hurt someone else. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so I don't like to just talk the talk, I like to walk the walk as well. So let's take this bad boy out for a ride and see how it does in action. Alright guys, so I got the HiBoy C1 turned on, and we are going to take it for a little spin. We're gonna see how well it performs. Make sure my camera is adjusted properly. All right, let's go. So I gotta pedal a little bit, which is not awful. Now, it's okay to get a little exercise when you're riding your bike, but I am pedaling at a tempo of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'm getting it up to about 10, 11 miles per hour. So that's about typical. Testing the brakes here real quick. Is good, is good. Getting it up to about 10, 11 miles per hour, which isn't bad with just the pedaling. Now, when I twist the throttle and just use throttle, I can get it up to 20 miles an hour, which is the top speed for this bike. Now, let's do a quick brake job. Oh yeah, woo! You didn't see that, but I actually shifted a little to the side when I was braking. So the brakes work great. I really do enjoy this little bike. It is a fun, zippy little thing, and it's easy to handle. Typically, I like the bigger bikes. Of the couple of little bikes that we have gotten, I think the HiBoy C1 is my favorite. Yeah, the HiBoy, he's a good boy. I really do like this bike a lot. My zigzag test, so I like to do that. You guys know that. Can't do a full review without the zigzag test. Yeah, it handles really well. It does turn sharp too. Whoop. What was that? All right, so that's something you want to be careful with. Ooh. Yeah, that pedal, I could have wiped out. Because if you see, this pedal is really close to the ground. So that is something to keep in mind when taking this out. If you make any turns and you have one foot lower than the other, like all the way down to the ground, like I have this one, when you're making a turn, you want to be careful, because that's what I just did. I scraped the pedal on the ground and I could have wiped out. I think one of the only things that I don't like about this bike is I'd have to wear a backpack while riding this. I don't think I'd be able to attach any kind of basket or any kind of carry-on bags. So you just have to wear a backpack. I think that's the only real con to this bike. I mean, that makes sense, because I see a college student riding this bike around on campus to get to their classes. Now, smaller tires sometimes make me a little bit nervous. So these 14-inch tires originally made me a little concerned, but I haven't had any issues with them. I've ridden this for a few days now and haven't had any issues with the tires spinning out or losing control, so that's good. I really do like that I have control of the bike. All right, guys, I think that's it for this video.
but you can still raise it up some.